Alright, now that we got done with that, I'm able to be a little more formal, not as formal as I usually am, but we'll wait till next year to do that. It's kind of like the idea of me being completely rushed in order to be able to do this. It's the symbology of everything. Anyways, with that aside, these are the best films of 2016 that I've seen. And this is something I don't normally do, is honorable mentions. I actually got one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Nice guys. If I did a top 10, it'd probably be number 6 or 7, honestly.
It was my number 8, I believe, in my top.
Was your number 8?
10.
Okay, yeah.
Number 8.
I felt it could be a little higher for me. I haven't seen a whole lot this year, but I've seen enough good ones to tell you which ones you need to see. With honorable mentions and all this introductory bullcrap out of the way, let's get into it, because I'm eager to tell you guys about all this.
Number 5.
Number 5? Something that wasn't really on my radar for a while. When I was told about this one, I was like, you know what? You had me at Western, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about here. It's Hell or High Water. I'm a bit of I'm a bit biased towards Western films, even if it's a neo-Western film, which is where it's the category it sits at because it takes place in modern day. It's about a tale of two brothers who wanted to stick it to the man about, you know, they're financially screwed in the back, essentially, and they go ahead and rob banks in order to be able to try to make things right. But it's also a bit of a cat and mouse type thing because it focuses on not just 2, but 4 characters in general. It's very suspenseful. It's a bit tense at times, especially near the ending. Great cast. It's kind of funny I say that because I can't remember who's in it. It's seriously, there's a few things here you won't see coming. It's very interesting, and it's a great story. And that ending as well too. That ending is tense, ultimately satisfying, and that's why it's at number 5 for me.
Number 4.
Number 4 was a film that was on my radar for a very long time, but I didn't get to see it till the very end of the year. Now imagine if you were a movie buff, how maddening would that be? Wanted to see it from the beginning of the year, but you didn't get to see it until the very end. Regardless though, I'm glad that I was able to see it because it provided so much. And that's Zootopia. Okay, I've been looking forward to this one for so long, and I wanted to talk about it because it's great. Really wonderful cast of characters, everything's really colorful and bright, and honestly, it's one of those films that will just bring a smile to your face, really. The one thing I liked most about this was not just the fact that it was hilarious, or, you know, had a pretty, actually pretty good story, was the fact that its message that it brought. Honestly, something that not just a singular person should watch. Like, you can just bring in the whole family, everybody will enjoy it and get the idea behind it at the very end. Honestly, everything about it is just a really fun movie. Disney did an excellent job. I got to see some of the behind the scenes as well too about everything that went on, about some of the changes that they made, and it was actually going to be a little bit more dark. All it is, Zootopia, is essentially just an imprint of our own society built with whole different people from different walks of life and such, and it really is just a great film. It really is. I seriously recommend this one, especially if you want to get that message across, trust me. What other film has some of the best opening sequences you have ever seen in your entire life? Tell me. Just name one off for me.
What We Do in the Shadows?
Well, that's a good one too. If you're thinking Deadpool, you'd be absolutely correct, because I'm with you on that one. From the very start to the very end, everything was completely and utterly satisfying. We've been looking forward to a Deadpool movie for a very long time. The one that they gave us beforehand, we'll never talk about.
It's just never even think about it ever
yeah,
again.
it wasn't Deadpool. That's just some guy with a bunch of swords. It was played by Ryan Reynolds. They couldn't find a better person for this. Mind you, here for a second. They couldn't find anyone better for this. He fits the bill perfectly. The whole thing, I need to save my girlfriend because this guy's an asshole and such like that, you know? It's essentially what it is. It's very formulaic, but the thing was, it does it in a way where it's entertaining. It works so well that you don't even think about the fact that it's formulaic. Really, you're in for a laugh, but the thing is, of course, if you're one of those people who don't like swearing so much, this is one of those things you're probably gonna have to, you know, avoid. If you don't care about that like everybody else, go see it. It really is. It's great. I'm dead serious. Go. Do it. Go now. What are you waiting for? What are you watching this for? Go.
Number 2.
Was not expecting this one to be so high in the list, but after I saw the first 10 to 15 minutes, I was instantly hooked into it. I couldn't tear my eyes off the screen after seeing this. And it resonated with me something fierce. It really did. And that would be Kubo and the Two Strings. It's very close to being number 1, but it's not quite there yet. This film centers around storytelling, and by nature, that's what I do. I like to tell stories, whether it be on a podcast that I usually do, or if it's just with a couple of friends. It's something I do. But when I saw that was the main point of, you know, the main idea behind this film, I was hooked. I was like, all right, bring it on. It's not just the fact that I'm interested in Japanese culture and such like that. It's the fact that it was all storytelling, and it was done so beautifully. Now, that's one thing I don't say about films these days. You know that, especially at the very end, I'm gonna tell you right now, it gets really emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know that feeling that you get when you're kind of emotional, you got the lump in your throat? I was getting that really hardcore at the time. But let me tell you something, it was utterly satisfying and truly a marvel and huge achievement in animation. It's one of those things that it'll make you appreciate family a lot more.
It's number 1.
I think we've all seen this one coming, because it was something that was on everybody's anticipated list. Everyone wanted to see it. Everyone and their brother went to see it. And if you haven't, then shame on you. Why haven't you guys seen it? It's really great. Civil War, baby! What can I say about this that hasn't already been said? It's great. It's honestly an achievement in not just, you know, superhero films, but in films in general. I can't think of any other trilogy out there that gets better as it goes on. I can't think of it. The first Captain America was good. The Winter Soldier, fan-freaking-tastic. This one, little political tie-ins here and there in the film, but the thing is, it's not so overbearing and in your face as I once believed it was going to be. Not only that, so many different superheroes make their appearance in this whole thing. So many of them. Not to mention Spider-Man. I was happy about that because, you know, after the hell Spider-Man's gone through, the cinema hell it's been through, I think it deserves to have a really good film. Really, it comes to a very satisfying conclusion in this one thing that makes you want to see more. Honestly, I didn't want this film to end, but I gotta say, I think the best part about this film is his villain. I think it's the best part. Very underrated throughout this whole...
He's such an underrated villain, he really is.
Because, I mean, think about it. A non-superhuman, who has no mutant abilities or anything like that within Marvel's, you know, universe, takes down pretty much the entire Avengers near single-handedly. Dude, I can gush on about this film, but let me tell you something. It's something that you need to see in order to understand. Because, truthfully speaking, it really is probably one of the best superhero films, nay, some of the best filmmaking I've ever seen. Really, it really is an achievement, and it really should get all its kudos that it needs to. That's why it's a number 1. Go see it, seriously. I'm dead serious. Anyways, with that being said, I'm done here for now, but let me tell you something, this list was ultimately satisfying for me to do. I felt that it wasn't necessarily as good as it could have been compared to the other lists that we've done, but of course life gets in the way and, you know, these things happen. But I hope I can see a lot more this coming year so I can bring you a better list instead of this 3 worst films bullcrap that I just did. If a film is not on there that you really like, chances are I probably haven't seen it. Go ahead and post in the comments down below what you think was probably some of the best out of the list. If you got something on there that should be on there, go ahead and just say it. Just speak your mind, whatever, you know? Have a fun time in there. Just, you know, don't go witch hunting anybody that, you know, have to like something that you don't like. Here's to a great 2017. Great for everybody, including cinema. Let's hope we don't have another Dirty Grandpa on our hands. So anyways, with that being said, I hope you all have a great day, and of course, we'll see you all in the next year. Hope you all had a great time with New Year's and all that, and we'll see you around next time. Take it easy, everybody.